Hello guys, so we have a new Thursday tradition on this channel, so for the 4th week in a row I post a test for you to test your skills. And topic of today is database migrations, so let's test your skills on that. And as usual, I've prepared a repository for you with 10 tasks. Most of them will be just one line change or a few lines of change that you need to make in the migrations to make them work according to the task. For those of you who are not familiar with that series of Test Your Laravel Skills, I prepare automated tests which intentionally fail, and your task is to submit a pull request with green tests, which would automatically be checked by GitHub Actions on GitHub repository, and your pull request would automatically receive check mark of successful. Currently, if you clone the repository down and run PHP artisan test, it will all fail. There are 10 tests, so 10 failed tests. Or if you run vendor bin PHP unit, for example, there will be 9 errors and 1 failure, so no successful tests at all. And you need to fix them one by one. For example, task number 1 would be to make that migration work. So there is a users table, default Laravel, then there's tasks table with foreign key to user ID, and then there's comments table with foreign key to both user and comment. And that failed for some reason. Maybe you've noticed that already, or maybe not. So the error is somewhere here and you need to fix that. All the tests, all the automated tests for that are in the migrations test file. They're pretty simple actually, and from the test you would be able to even understand the task itself maybe a little bit more. In some cases, the only thing that is asserted is whether the migration is successful or not. And for that, PHP unit has expect not to perform assertions, which basically means that operation is successful or throws some exception. With that in mind, I hope that this series of Test Your Laravel Skills also shows you the benefit of automated testing. So without my involvement, I can test if your code is successful or not. Does it work according to the rules? Does it break anything? And stuff like that. So for those of you who haven't started automated testing or maybe don't do that often enough, maybe this would be an example of why you should do that and what's the benefit. Final notice about this specific test is the database. So the database is MySQL and it should be MySQL. In PHP unit XML file, I specifically specify MySQL driver with MySQL testing as a database name. So to run that test, you need to create MySQL database with that particular name, or you may change the name to whatever else in PHP unit XML, but the point is that the database should be MySQL and not SQLite. Because in some cases there are differences of how those database systems treat some things, and I wanted to make the migration test on the real life scenario. In most cases you would use MySQL and not SQLite on the production server in real environment. So that's it, good luck with the test. Previous tests received from 50 to 100 pull requests. Let's see how many we get this time. And if you submit your pull request in the comments or at the pull request, please write how much time it took you. I intentionally tried to design those tests so you wouldn't spend too much time, so your actual solution would be a few lines of code and some thinking, maybe some Googling, maybe searching for information, but I hope it doesn't take more than 1 hour for you. So shoot in the comments or at the pull request how much time it takes, and if you fail at something, you can also raise the concern here in the comments or at the GitHub repository in the pull request or raise an issue. That's it for this time, good luck and see you guys in other videos.